Now, if you're watching me, then you can actually probably see me for the first time ever on a Beachside stream, because I'm on camera now.
Yay!
Oh, now I have to go to that page.
Well, now nobody will be watching this.
Oh boy.
Hey.
Oh, what do you mean? Ross is a bundle of charisma incarnate.
As long as the Palladio is not in the
18
background,
plus
we are
only.
fine.
Oh, so you watched that, huh?
I saw it, yes. It was just a bunch of quiz games, it seemed.
Well, the Sailor Moon was definitely a quiz game. I have no idea what the idol thing was.
So, twitch.tv/fairies.
Yep.
Fanboy fairy.
Fanboy fairy.
But, yeah,
You know-
right.
You know, if you could find a way to have us all on screen, eventually, that would make this stream, like, probably more interesting to watch overall.
I think
Yes,
we'd all have to
it
have
probably
cameras
would
and
be,
stuff.
but everyone would have to have cameras and stuff.
Yes, and we're
Yeah.
not going to be able to do that, so...
Took the words right out of my mouth.
so
I still
welcome
cannot fathom the idea that you have a computer without a built-in webcam. It's still
They exist.
ridiculous.
Desktop.
Okay, that's a bit
Hey,
weird.
my Omen doesn't come with a built-in webcam.
Exactly.
Wait, then how are you?
Let's just
I
ignore
have an
the...
external webcam that I've had forever that I'm using.
Sure.
Okay,
Why
so let's
why
go.
not have more cables? Just
It
Oh,
seems
I
a
have
bit-
around.
all the cables here. You don't even know.
Okay.
I think you showed me at some
Yeah,
point.
Okay, let's get on with the introductions here, guys. So, Ross, if you would please.
Yes, I
introduce-
am the intrepid DM, Ross Fairies, who is on camera for the first time doing a Beachside stream. Hashtag fairy problems.
What, fairy problems is your face?
Yes.
Apparently so.
Fairy problems for everyone else, probably. Anyway, if you're watching this live on, Twitch, which, according to my viewer count, you may be, unless multiple people are watching over in your area.
Just me, and as far as I know.
Yeah, I am the Twitch too.
So, okay, so that would bring it to 3, so it's all you guys!
Yep.
It's your fault too, Ross.
This gives a new meaning to circle jerking.
Oh god, no.
But, assuming
No
you are
viewers
not
response.
watching it on twitch.tv/fanboyfairies, which is incredibly likely, then you are watching it on YouTube. Now, if you are watching on Twitch, congratulations! You're here at around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good for you.
Or
if you're-
1:37 a.m. for the rest of us.
Yes.
Or 2:37 for Madhog.
Well, 3
You should Ross do sacrifices for us sometimes.
And well, are you guys hosting the stream?
No.
Exactly. So, if you are not watching on twitch.tv, then you're watching on my YouTube page, Fanboy Fairies, or maybe Madhog My Master's page, but mostly my page, Fanboy Fairies.
Probably.
Oh, boy. Yes, all the probablys from probably Madhog My Master.
Probably.
Yes, there you
And
go.
Probably, and sometimes probably.
Maybe.
Proly. Yep, it's very proly.
I'm the maybe divan.
Perhaps, mayhaps.
Yeah, the mayhaps divan, actually.
To
now
be
that
or not to be, that is the question.
to be a Demonox or not a Demonox.
To cease to
only the real
exist,
Demon Knox.
that is the fairy way.
There's only the Demonox.
To start this campaign anytime soon, that is the Madhog way.
Is Danton Stormkeeper with us for this session as well? That is another question.
Yes,
so.
the botchacidal maniac is here.
And
That you really want that?
Botchacidal.
You really want that phrase to stick, huh?
Yes,
if you want
I
it to be
do.
a thing,
I want it to be a thing.
it will never be a thing. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's just like
Oh, it'd be a thing.
glorious. now that I think about it, do we have faith in Marty?
Yes.
We have faith in us.
Well, it's not how much faith we have in Matti, it's how much
Ooh,
faith
had
Matti
more
has in
viewers.
us.
Why is it that?
Briefly. Yay,
Hmm.
now they're gone. Way.
Aw.
I look down.
They saw
upon
they saw you and they ran away immediately.
Yes, they saw my sweet Morgana hat and they got so jelly they had to leave.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
they
you
just,
are-
should have
they just
bird
want
the
ready
hat.
for your raw sex appeal.
Well, we
You're
have
wearing a hat.
Yes.
Oh god. Oh god.
Well, we have
Oh,
a
God.
Seal 22 in the chat,
Hmm.
and
See ya.
and also, hey Ross. Ah!
What is this? It's on-
Marty
Oh,
appeared
gee.
and disappeared. He's like a ghost.
Oh gee, I cannot wait to see this footage later on.
What, you don't-
gosh.
What, you did not want to see the Morgana hat?
I think now that we introduced the DM by the
Sigh.
Morgana, we should probably actually get started with the actual game now.
Well,
8
hell.
sessions left.
So, last
That's the
time
plan.
on Beachside, Madhog spent 4 points into strength.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all that happened.
and,
Nothing
and
else.
did a cloak.
That was the only
Oh.
important thing. Yep.
Yep.
You guys are
Totally.
right on the mark.
No, actually, we actually
All important
saved
things.
actually saved a lot of people just for future reference because of
Did we? Did we
yeah
though?
because
Or
Lucas
did we-
Zealous is now
Or
power.
did we cause a riot that cost the lives of more people than we saved?
What do
Well,
you
at
think?
least
No,
this time
we
it
get a
was
chance
for
to do it.
worthy cause.
We get a chance to cause a riot.
What do you think this is? Everything goes wrong with the campaign.
No,
Yes.
I think this is real world consequences. The campaign.
Remember, this is a tabletop role-playing game. Everything we players do is morally right.
Well, that is the biggest bunch of cahoonies I've ever heard.
That's D&D logic here. Whatever the player does, it's right.
That's why
no.
alignments exist in regular D&D.
Exactly.
except when you're wrong and you're that guy.
That guy? You mean the guy that shoots in the melee?
I'm talking about that guy, but not that guy, just that guy.
Oh,
he's-
that
no, he's-
other guy.
He's clearly talking about John Cleese in Faulty Towers. Alignment, chaotic evil.
Oh gosh. Anyway, again, let's carry on with this campaign
Yes,
before
okay.
it goes to madness.
So, you guys, if my memory serves me properly, again, I was, kind of racked last week with various things, so I
Yeah,
may
we
be
know.
forgetting something, but, according to my notes that I do not keep, except in my head, you guys are back in Alfheim after your excursion to Alabama. Well, at least most
Well,
of you.
Yeah, a
Frank
couple of them
and
are on a road
Remy are
trip.
currently driving up.
Road
Yep.
trip.
Yeah,
Road
human road trip.
So while
Oh,
the Chloe is hurriedly preparing a statement about the recent events in Alabama.
Yeah.
We kicked the church in the ass.
So if you had anything that you wanted to do with that, Devar, by all means. Otherwise, I'll just skip over it.
Well, I did have a small speech, but it's only just a very, very small one as far
Sure,
as
that's
I'm
fine.
concerned.
Go ahead.
So
Well,
you want me
one
to say?
page?
Yes.
No, it's just two very short paragraphs.
Oh, that's tiny for you.
Yeah, it's really tiny for me, and this was very rushed actually. But
Oof.
anyway, I'll just give Chloe's statement here.
Just Keikaku.
Wait, excuse me.
All according to Keikaku.
I thought he said Bukake.
No!
Oh no!
You really need to clear it out on that one.
Please,
Oh,
please.
it's a dumb and old Death Note meme.
Yeah.
But Death
Yes.
Note is new again because of the stupid Netflix series as well.
You know that Netflix film is really the most abominably stupid, hilariously bad thing I've seen all year long. But you know what? I still favor it over Death Note because at least I can get a laugh out of it.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with her. Well, I'm actually just going to say here what it says here for Chloe. I came onto the news to say that with the help of my friends, and one of them being a human, that I'm happy we could put a stop to the absolutely atrocious, violent mutilations that took place in Alabama, that the church turned a blind eye to. If it wasn't for myself along with my comrades and an honest and good Christian man who wanted to do the right thing by his Christian beliefs, that this hypocrisy would have just went on unchecked. Firstly, I would like to thank that man from the bottom of my heart for not only standing up for what he believed in the religion he serves, but also thank him for showing our fairy kind such kindness despite what we are and the religion we follow, all in the name of doing what's right, and to stop such barbaric actions from continuing and ruining the real meaning for what... Sorry.
You need a drink.
Just a moment. And ruining the real meaning for those beliefs that the Christian faith stand for. I would also like to think that if was thanks to our combined efforts of the Fae and humans, that not only could we work together to undo a wrong, but also stand as a symbol of unity, that both followers of God and Titania can not only get along and work together, but can also commit to achieving a better future for our world that right now needs this now more than ever. Thank you.
All I need is a hero watching over.
No, I have a better one. Diversity is what unites us. We are the Varangian gods of glory and of might.
Look at this photograph.
We haven't yet got a theme tune for Alpine folks, so you have to excuse me. We're still ironing out this one. We're still ironing the kinks out of the song.
Yeah, so that was what I wrote down, essentially, just to basically, say, hey, we did this, but, hey, you've got to get the humans involved in this, as well as, unity and all that, especially considering, 9/11 happened still.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I think we gathered that.
Did it happen in this universe?
Yes, it did.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, it still did. I thought it was pointless because you already had a 9/11 analog earlier, but Ross still said the future refused to change. So,
Hey,
There was
so
a
it
chance of
became
it
so
happening.
it became thematically redundant instead.
Well, I'm sorry, but there was a chance it could have been averted. That did not happen. Dice
Again, that
roll.
completely ruins the allegory, though.
Oh my god!
He's
So
still
we're
stuck on
going. So let's go
Madhog.
hunt Osama next.
Madhog should do a reboot of Beachside then if he doesn't like it.
Reboot.
He can do Beachside, the Netflix series.
Yeah, it would be horribly bad, horribly written. Now the characters would be portrayed right, and then we would have Willem Dafoe with a stupid CGI makeup.
Oh god. So yeah.
Hey Warren, can you reboot the universe?
Oh god!
Game of Gems probably could actually.
He's in the
Okay,
process of
so-
doing that.
Okay,
Right,
so it's also worth knowing that you guys are quickly and easily able to find the next gem at the radio station of all places.
Huh.
There's
Thank
no
you, viewer unless you
resistance.
turned it in. Literally, the viewers came and turned it in for
You
us.
guys turn it in with no compunctions, and Warren does his thing.
Okay. So
Well, that was easy. Well, that was an easy campaign. Okay,
Yeah,
let's have
yeah,
our 4 points and spend them.
No. Now, because of the process of casting the spell, and because you want to see what, if anything, changes afterwards, you guys actually don't do anything for quite some time, or at least anything special. You're kind of adopting a wait-and-see approach for the next 2 months.
2 months?
Mm-hmm.
Good lord. Surely something must happen in those 2 months.
Well,
I'm
yes,
pretty good at playing Pac-Man.
well, more minor things do. So I will explain what happens. First of all, Frank has been really scarcely seen during this time. He has been working with those researching those items that you found. They do know how all the items work, but that just made Frank want to tinker with them more.
Oh gosh.
As a Frank is wont to do.
So we're not going to roleplay Frank's and Remy's road trip.
I was actually kind of hoping they have.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. That still happens during the 2-month period of time.
You should. I hope you play Take It Easy 24/7.
Sweet Home Alabama.
We had some talk about that we would roleplay the scene where Remy has to call his parents or something, but I'm okay with skipping that.
Remy, you naughty boy. Are you ditching Christian school?
No. I'm taking a...
He was going to study to be a doctor, but I guess those plans are put on hold.
Oh, silly boy. Doctors are not real in Christian school. I don't believe in medicine.
That's kind of
Jesus, Madhog.
Yeah, that's a bit more.
Yeah, you're gonna get us pulled off the air. Even though no one watches this, somehow we're still going to get pulled off the air.
At this point in time, I've run out of fucks to give.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we rebelled all the fundamentalist Christians in our audience.
Okay.
Well, if there are, then I'm happy to offend them, especially if they don't get I'm not being serious. Jesus.
Everyone's equally affected.
Yeah, you know what? They don't deserve my. They don't deserve my sympathy.
Okay, let's just continue on with Frank and Remy's whatever they've decided.
Frank and Remy's excellent adventure.
I would like to say that the song that's playing right now is Holy Thunder Force by Rhapsody, and that's only because the first verse is "Face me, evil bastards, smell the hate of angels, glory, pride, and bloodshed."
Oh, Christian faith all over.
Nice.
That's
I thought you were hearing the soundtrack from Monkey Island.
No.
That is some sinful music you got there.
Okay. So I am not allowed to make jokes about Christianity, but then you pull immediately the Christians hate rock card, which is also a stereotype.
Frank just looks at you and goes like, "Good sir, this is good music. It's about angels fighting demons and fighting for the salvation of human men. And you call that blasphemous?"
Well, the first lyrics did sound rather... But if it's angels fighting demons, then I guess it's okay.
Man, that's so simple.
There is violence, but if it's between angels and demons, I guess that's okay.
Speaking of which, Mr. McNeil, well, how is it being the justiciarius of righteousness?
Could you repeat?
I said the first word I said was justiciarius, which is Latin for man of justice, and then of righteousness. It was kind of like a nickname.
You know, yeah, sure, it's been a rather heavy burden to take, you know. I had to leave my home, and I have to fear that maybe some of the more jealous members may seek me out, but, you know, all the prophets who had to spread the word of God had to suffer for the cause, so it makes me stronger for knowing that I'm not alone in this.
Frank just kind of nods and just says, but here's a question. What are you hoping to accomplish in Beachside?
Alpine.
Alpine, yes. I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
Really
you know,
serious.
Lila, Alfheim, and this Church of Titania isn't as, shall I say, crude as some other pagan religions. They could still use some help from the word of Jesus.
Are you saying that you're going to try and change their religion?
Well, it's not really that simple, you know. In the modern missionary work, you don't try to change their religion. You're trying to change their culture, and through that, when they see how superior the values
Wow.
from which I come from are, then they might want to change around a bit.
Yes, the white man's burden. A classic.
Mr. McNeil, mind if I ask you a question? Where'd you like to go on holiday?
Go on holiday. Well, yeah, my family used to have this summer cottage at the Tennessee. There was this really nice lake, but I don't know. What do you suggest?
Personally, for me, I'd like to go to Atlantis. Just the mystery, the what happened to the city and whatnot, and what the culture was like.
The thieving exists.
Yeah, that's the whole point. And anyway, what I'm trying to say is, Mr. McNeil, is that many people have different views of where they'd like to go on holiday. They have many different routes they'd like to take, and not many might not see where you like to go on holiday to be. Hello?
Yes.
Sorry, I thought my headset kind of conked out then. Sorry.
No, we're still here. I can hear you.
Listening.
Alright. Anyway, where was I?
About tastes.
Oh yeah. They might not like to go to the same place that you might, if you get my meaning.
I wasn't born yesterday, but maybe just because they don't know those places really well. And when they get more information from those places, maybe they'd want to, see what it's all about.
All my options.
But also, you want to be a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that I used to be a doctor, and if any patient that came in, regardless of what they follow, what they do, you do not try and basically treat them differently from any other just because of their views.
Well, no. Well, being a doctor is different. You help. It's a job. You help them whatever they are, and you spare more of these kind of harder tasks for the free time. It's a job, and I know well enough to not to bring my religion to the job I do. It's just I just serve the citizens, and that's all.
Well, it's just that I'm a bit concerned. Because, after all, the old saying that my mother used to say, it is often that a person's mouth broke his nose. So I'm just giving you fair warning that people might not take kindly to being say they're wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's not saying that they're wrong. It's just saying that have you thought things differently for a change? Just And don't get me wrong, I like rock music as anyone, but it's more of kind of this what they did in the 50s before it went all this sex and drugs.
Classic rock.
They were doing the exact same things, really.
Yeah,
So what's
I know, like, at least lounge music talked about drugs all the time.
What's your family like, anyway, Mr. McNeil?
Well, my family are farmers. I have to. Yeah, my father has been taking a farm, and mother has been really at the. Sorry for a second. I just looking at the background story I wrote.
I found out, and our dear Mr. Nico has informed us why he's in the call.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I haven't defined the mother's profession. Mother really stays in the home and helps to do the farm, like my younger siblings, but yeah, they're not as. I'm one of the only this kind of a carrier person. They just all the other family members have specialized in agriculture.
That's nice. It's so good to have a family that is quite close together.
Yeah.
After all, some are denied to be able to grow old and see their kids grow.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'd like. Hopefully, they come to Alfheim at least a visit, if not permanently live. It would be nice to see them.
Of course, it
once
would.
in a while.
But there's nothing stopping you from visiting them.
Yeah. I guess not. I'm just worried that they are getting targeted now that I jumped from the order.
Yes, I can understand your worries. But if is your dad as tough as you?
Yeah, my family stuff, you know.
Then I'm sure they can look after themselves just as well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, during the Christian apocalypse,
Frank was one of the horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
yeah, he was. Yes, he was pestilence.
Oh. Okay. What's going on?
Okay, was that for enough character development, or shall we continue?
Oh, you were just looking for your music cassettes to play the next song by Poison or something.
Can
So you guys
listen to Little Richard instead?
Did you say Little Richard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that is, but I bet it's lame.
You know,
you
Tutti Frutti, oh Rudy.
Oh god!
Are you actually asking Frank this question?
I think he is.
He just goes, go right ahead.
Yeah.
And now several hours of listening to.
Tutti Frutti!
By
That's
the time Frank gets there, he's
out of character. That's the only Little Richard song I know. My knowledge of popular culture music is legendarily poor.
Mine is bad too, but I think Little Richard did Super Freak.
I would not know what Little Richard did.
To be honest, I thought you were going to bring out Elvis Presley. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
They always have Good Golly Miss Molly.
Oh, could have went for a little more conversation, a little more action.
Good one.
Yeah, there is. Oh wait, no, it's rockabilly, still technically rock and roll.
Okay, so
all right. So,
but there is one thing, Mr. McNeil, I should probably warn you about, just in case. You might get, if you're going to be helping Chloe and the others out, you might get met by a not so important man to the story in a purple suit. Don't worry, he's a doll.
A living doll.
Okay.
He is very, very unpleasant.
I don't know what you're talking about. Frank found him a charm.
Yeah, of course you would. Okay, you're like the newest addition to a long-running series in hopes to make it interesting again, having a character that acts completely the opposite of every other character, so so people will notice how different he is.
I think
it works quite well, considering.
Well,
then we find out that Remy's arm got severed.
ah! Oh no!
it wasn't the left arm.
Nope, right arm this time. I got a matching pair.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna give you my love.
Okay, so we will go to time skippage.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the meantime, some things do happen during this period of time of note.
Yeah.
There's actually a string of strange occurrences all throughout Alfheim.
What?
What?
Hmm?
Eh?
So first of all, this is in the evening where Mandy and Cindy are actually, watching TV and actually enjoying each other's company. I don't know, married couple
my God.
actually.
That's-
Oh my god!
That's weird.
That's,
Oh my God,
that's-
it's paranormal.
That's news to me. Right?
Weird
Did
things
anybody warn me about that?
I love this.
Hey,
Like,
that's the. Hey, Stockholm Syndrome is finally going to take Manny.
I love this. It's like Ross as the DM has taken like the Manny doll and put it in a nice scenario for once. It's like, hey, I didn't know about this.
I feel very uncomfortable.
Anyway, but as you are watching TV, something very strange happens. The image on the TV seems to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you look around you, and it looks like the entire room is ginormous.
He's now literally the Manny doll.
Are you freaking kidding me with this, Ross?
Wait, what?
Are you freaking? Are you pulling an Alice in Wonderland? Did Cindy make me brownies?
No, Cindy seems quite just as startled.
Oh my gosh, this is
Wow.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh my God. Did you two drink anything?
Honey,
say
I
drink.
Honey, I shrunk the buff.
So what's going on then?
Apparently it's smaller.
I would like to know what's going on, Ross. Do I get to roll for something?
Well, you start flying around the room for a little bit, and by the time that you actually get to the door to try to get the help, unfortunately it's closed, everything starts getting smaller again.
No.
Until everything is back to normal.
Oh, well, I guess that was nothing.
You have entered the Twilight Zone.
Well, that was
You've had enjoyable moments with your wife.
Look, this is Beachside. No, of course it's the Twilight Zone.
that was weird.
That was
Yeah.
odd. Does something else happen, Ross?
I don't know. What happened, Ross? Should I be holding
You
on to
guys
something?
don't know.
Oh God. Have we messed with reality so much that it's actually breaking apart?
Oh
broke
god.
free.
However, that's not the only strange event.
Wait,
What?
At a different part of this period of time, something unusual happens to Frank.
Oh God.
He likes classic indie music.
What happens?
I don't know. What happened, Frank?
While you're tinkering with things, you notice consistently when you go to grab for a tool, you keep getting something else, something unusual. For example, when you're looking for a screwdriver, you got a squeaky toy.
That chicken with a pull in it.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Ross.
So, for example, you tried to grab a screwdriver and you got a squeaky toy instead. Another instance, this happens sporadically all throughout the 2-month period of time. You know, you'll just be working and suddenly you got to go for a vital tool and now it's there's cheesecake there.
I love cheesecake! I love cheesecake!
Yeah, but then
you eat it and look for your tool.
Hey, I ate an entire bag of horrible, tasting chips. Of course I'm gonna eat a cheesecake.
I ate the chips. That should never be mentioned again.
Danton, how old is your character?
He's closing 30.
Okay, he better start looking his levels of cholesterol. I'm just saying.
I don't know. If a cheesecake in my family lasts about 4 minutes, if you're lucky. If you've got time for it to come out of the packet, sit on the table. At that point, you may lose your hand.
I don't need to roll anything then, Ross.
Nope, no you don't. It's just something that happens sporadically throughout the period of time.
Alright.
Well, Frank is actually reaching for something, and all of a sudden it's something else.
There's nothing wrong with anything happening at all. It's just a normal Tuesday.
And there's more, but give me 1 second.
Oh, heck.
Oh, wait, there's gonna be more of this?
I don't know.
So Madhog had, well, Nanny and Cindy had
kids.
A bit of they Menu Shrink had an appointment with the shrink.
He was shrinking himself.
To try and fix their marriage.
So, Demona.
Oh, heck. What happens with Demona?
So, you are in your office one day. You are just returning from using the, little Demonox's room.
It's basically that's a little person's room, but who cares?
Or the restroom, or bathroom, or whatever you want to call it. So you go and plop down on your folding chair to do more office work for not only the church, but your own personal dojo. And you're working on it for a little while, and then as you, again, go up to brew yourself a cup of coffee, you find that you can't sit up. So after you put considerable effort, you manage to dislodge yourself from your chair at the cost of your pants.
What the hell?
It looks like someone has put some kind of adhesive on your chair.
Are you gonna be kidding me?
Okay.
I'm going to break their arms.
So who's the Midsummer Night's Dream wannabe pack
Who's the
playing these tricks to us?
Okay.
Who do you think?
Remy?
No.
Why would it be Remy?
He's the only person who's new to town. He
He who must not be named. That's
Okay.
my guess.
Hold on.
It could literally be anyone at this point of our enemies.
The man in purple.
Oh no!
I think this is
no.
too big for him.
Too violent.
This seems like something any given NPC could pull off.
Okay,
with a bit of magic.
Remy.
Remy. Oh,
So
Yeah, that's a
you,
question.
as you
Where does
are,
Remy-
so
where's
you
Remy?
are, excuse me. Sorry.
yeah.
Where does he
apparently.
live?
So
I told you.
as you burp for no reason, no. As you are searching for a dwelling to rent in the extremely nice city of Beachside, the
Okay.
church is already willing to pay.
What? I don't have a witness protection program?
No, but the
Fine.
church is putting you up, so you basically don't have to worry about the financial end of it.
Cool. We pay our members. We don't make our members pay
when
us.
you go check on a potential site, as soon as you enter the room, a bucket of water falls on you. A bucket of ice water, no less.
Oh, ouch.
Wow, classic.
So, unfortunately, the house is empty, so you desperately go trying looking for a place to dry off.
I'm shaking a bit because this is ice cold water. It doesn't feel good.
Eventually, you go to a local store and go to purchase a towel, but as soon as you put your hands on it, it turns into a marching band.
Wait, what?
A marching band.
A
huh?
miniature marching band, but still a marching band, playing carnival music.
Have to pay for that.
This is the weirdest pranks I've ever heard.
Oh, no. Okay.
Wow, this is like it's an odd sense of humor.
Yes.
I go to Chloe.
Or after you dry yourself.
I'm sorry, is Discord on the loose?
He absolutely merged the wrong reality.
I'll be wondering about
Okay,
that.
so, by the end of the month, you've all had,
hang on a second.
enough of these pranks,
Wait,
and you find
what about me?
yourself in, Chloe's chambers.
So,
Yeah.
does anything
Everybody,
Chloe?
let's go to
I know.
Chloe's
We're going to Chloe at the
bedroom.
moment.
When you get there, you see that you're not the only ones there. Riley, Amber, Maria, and several members of the Fae Guard are there as well.
What's happened to the
Everybody's
Fae
in
Guard?
Chloe's bedroom?
Her office.
What happened to the Fae
You
Guard?
said chambers.
No, I'm going to find out
Crazy.
what the bloody Fae Guard and Amber company.
So nothing happened to Chloe then?
I don't know. We've just got here.
So,
I don't know.
everyone's complaining about things. You overhear Riley say someone, replaced his, brew with a strange concoction that makes his voice sound like he's going through puberty, cracking in occasionally.
Oh yeah,
I don't know, Rick.
oh yeah, Mr. Riley. I would like to talk to you about some natural ingredients I'd like to procure.
Well, gee, I don't know.
Oh, God. Can you do puberty voice over there?
Amber,
Ross's
Hold on.
voice sounds like he's in the middle of puberty already. To be
Okay, I'm
Be
glad
honest.
this is-
Amber
Amber.
apparently has been splattered in the face by several custard cream pies throughout the course of the
Good.
2-month period.
good.
The
Good,
first couple
Ola.
she took in stride, but after the 6th one, it's starting to get annoying to her.
All right.
Okay.
Can I just say, all according to Keikaku.
Well, I'd like to say that she's off the list.
Yeah.
And finally,
Unless this is an
hold on.
alibi.
Hold on. We're about to find out what happens to the Fae Guard by the sound of it.
Maria,
Oh, Maria.
apparently she's claiming that she's seeing aliens everywhere, but like no one else can see them.
Of
Oh,
course. Of course they can't.
No,
Okay.
She's been
Let's put that one to the back of the line.
she's been visited by the alien from the Flintstones.
The Great Gazoo!
Great Gazoo is visiting her.
Okay, you said the Fae God were here too,
And
Ross?
yeah,
finally,
that's Fae Guard.
several members of the Fae Guard have gone about the water training course only to find their clothing and skin, instead of being, caked with
Like-
mud as one would expect, going through mud, when they come out, they're bright freaking pink.
So we've got
Well-
the Fae Guard now.
Well, they're definitely
I
fairies
think-
now.
Well, I think I might enjoy this arc after all.
Wait, it's
Wait.
good by the sound of it, good thing Manny didn't do the usual Fae Guard training then, considering he's a Fae Guard.
What does
Yeah,
Manny?
well, Manny is kind of a Fagard in name alone. He's mostly spends his time doing chores for the wife,
Ah, right.
which is a whole different form of training altogether.
Yes.
That's how heroes train.
Especially in the bedroom.
Yeah, we know.
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah, okay.
It's
Bedroom
BioWare
heroes.
Okay, so is
Okay.
there anyone else?
No, I was referring about do this for me, or I'll kick your ass. That's the kind of chores.
Okay.
Okay, there's also being some miscellaneous complaints. A arcade slot machine was full of chocolate coins instead of money.
I don't see it like a plate, to be honest.
And at one bar, specifically the one a certain character owned, the kegs are pumping out ice cream and
I don't
Skittles.
see a problem with this.
I went to that bar now.
It's an ice cream bar now.
Okay, no, seriously, are we going to have to fight Discord? Is this the beginning of season 2 of MLP?
But
Have you got your letters?
No, seriously, Ross, I've actually asked this question, but did anything happen to Chloe?
What Chloe?
I did not.
No. Strangely, Chloe has been unaccosted.
She's the shit in it!
What? No!
What?
She's breaking bad! She's breaking bad! I knew this would happen.
Okay.
Okay, so... okay, this is a bit odd. What do we do about
So you
this?
see everyone in the room, like, you know, like they want things to be done about this. This is clearly upsetting most of the people.
I don't want to worry anyone, but I think we have a serial prankster on the loose.
Not the serial prankster of old Al Fime.
I've heard the legends of a serial prankster who pranked people so hard it leveled the city.
Yeah, if this prank had been
I don't
like
think that's a prank anymore.
There was an anvil the size of Texas.
Okay.
Okay, so...
If this prank was like a one-time thing, then it would be okay, but this is getting really past some.
Okay, we'll investigate this. I'm sure we can find out who's doing this.
I'm on the case.
Oh, gee.
Is this a thing that happens usually here?
No, this is actually the first time this has happened, as far as I know. Usually no one does regular pranks on a regular basis.
I don't know. There was this one time in which we were taken over by the goddess of mischief, and we killed each other, and we all chose not to talk about it ever again.
What?
We all collectively decided that.
Frank and Remy just like stood there and like, what?
It's like, never mind. That will come. We'll discuss this later.
Did I say that out loud?
Ross, did you say something?
No, continue. Sorry.
Continue, all according to Keikaku.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll investigate this and find out who's doing this. After all,
as you all turn back to face her when she says this, she looks like an 800-pound gorilla.
What?
Did she see herself as an 800-pound gorilla?
Do I know this, Ross?
No, you do not.
So,
tell me that she's actually speaking, and it goes.
No. She's speaking normally. She just looks like an 800-pound gorilla.
Hello, I'm a gorilla.
if you go to her, you just, just why y'all look at me like that for?
Gorilla.
I'm sorry,
Chloe turned into a gorilla?
Yes, Chloe has turned into a gorilla. An 800-pound gorilla.
Okay, then he looks at her and says, well, this is the last time I watch National Geographic before going to sleep.
Yeah, so Chloe's like looking confused at everybody, like, you all stare at me like I'm some sort of gorilla.
Wow. Queen Kong.
There's no reason to be ape about it. I'm sure.
I'm sure, basically, there's no reason to go bananas over this.
She decides to look in the mirror now.
And don't be wild now. Well, she's bloody furious.
5, 4, 3.
Do I notice it, Ross?
Oh yes.
I mean, there is no reason to panic. It's not like there are any airplanes surrounding you.
Oh gosh.
Not yet.
I didn't realize anyone could do this to me just casually.
That's your reaction.
That's a weird reaction.
It's like, I think the moment
What
of shock
do
is
we
she's just...
do in these sort of situations? Or what do you do? Usually.
We usually wreck shit up.
Find British pub.
We're not fairy tale.
Yeah. Wrong fairies.
We usually tend to investigate these things to see,
And then we wreck shit up. Sometimes during.
Oh.
Do you have some sort of lead or suspects or?
Well,
Well,
it's a
many
bit of
to
a hard
count.
thing because half the fairies in this city can perform some feats of magic. It's quite a large population that can do this.
I can do illusions as well.
Yes, that doesn't help. They also fly.
Well, do you have some old enemies who could do this?
I don't think Kelly would be doing this.
We'll just have that kind of thing going, dead, in prison.
Does Remy know who Kelly is?
No.
No. Shouldn't do. I don't think he's met her yet. Ross?
No,
Deannis?
he has no idea about Kelly at this point.
Yeah, so
The only time he probably would have seen her is on TV in Birmingham, wasn't it?
Well,
Kelly
he wasn't
who?
watching TV at that point. He was on the
Oh, he
road
was
trip.
travelling.
Alright.
So no, you don't know who Kelly is.
right.
Kelly who?
Does she actually have a last name?
No.
None of these
You
characters
do,
have
if
a
you
last
do, you do
name.
not know of it.
It's the
You call
same
Kelly.
Ross. It's the same Ross time I'm thinking of names. She's
So
called
call her-
Kelly. Kelly.
Oh no, we're not doing a Mario.
Kelly
Company.
Killingston.
There you go. There's a challenge for you guys watching. Think of a new name for Kelly.
A
Kelly
last name,
Kellerfield.
not a new
Last name.
name.
Right, last new name.
Okay, Kelly. Unfortunately, Kelly is taken.
Yeah, I think.
Kelly Granger.
No, I'm a
No.
Granger.
She was your long lost sister / daughter from the future all along.
She was your mother's, brother's, uncle's, sister's, nephew's, niece's, uncle's great grandmother.
She's my daughter.
right.
Slap. She's my sister. Slap. She's my daughter and my sister. Slap.
Okay, so maybe we should maybe if this is a pranking thing, we should probably investigate this. So we probably should go to the scene of the crimes and all that to say
Which one?
It's all of them.
Oh well, Remy, time for a tour of the city, eh?
Now I think about it, I was going to ask Chloe a few questions because a few of my inventions need them. But Chloe, could you grow this acorn into a tree for me? I've heard that you can grow trees.
Yeah, I'm still a gorilla at this point, so yeah, sure.
Also, I was wondering if there was any items that you had that can help me.
Well, I just did a bit of spring cleaning not too long ago. I don't think there was anything else. I mean,
Yeah.
on my
Manny's actually
desk-
holding a banana to your face to see your reaction to it.
I like to think that Manny actually just slowly comes into frame with the banana just as they're talking.
Yeah, pretty much it touches her face, her nose.
Chloe just basically just slightly baps the banana out of the way, like boop. Anyway,
produces a mango fruit.
anyway,
Mangoes
so
are
Chloe
the best.
so
I
Chloe shows up.
approve.
Anyway, Chloe shows off her desk, going like, "Well, here's a few things. There's some books and my rapier and some other assortment of items. and she picks up Solomon's arm and goes like, "This, I don't remember having this."
Frank's eyes just bulge out, and he just goes, "Chloe,
Yeah.
I want you to be perfectly honest with me, but whose arm is that?"
Oh, this was Solomon's arm.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, we have a severed arm.
Okay,
Collection.
Miss Chloe,
And in Chloe's head, the Solomon's voice reminds that it was supposed to go for medical research.
well, Frank goes, Miss Chloe,
Yes.
you're among friends here, and I know that sometimes couples get into a bit of tiffs and everything, but where's the rest of Solomon?
He went with it, including his arm. Both of them.
I must
left
go.
with an arm.
My
Okay,
planet
I
needs
think
me.
Manny can fill in. Manny can fill in on the misunderstanding, given that Solomon was his bestest friend in the entire world, and he misses him so much.
The Mona plays a very small violin.
Wait, that's the hand of the guy who left?
Yes. So you leave an
yeah.
extra one.
Hang on, what, an extra one?
Yeah, well, we replaced it with a new one, so he has actually got both hands.
How long ago did he lose this arm then?
About a couple of months back.
And it's not been and it's not decayed?
No.
It's very
Hey.
handy when she stores it.
That bloody, gross, immortal, never decaying severed arm is a national treasure. I'll have you know.
So hang on, this arm is from a dimensional rift thing? It come from it's like a paradox in itself?
No.
Group huddle.
Well,
As much as this subject fascinates me, I think we're going sidetracks.
yeah, we
Well-
have a giant gorilla where our queen used to be.
Okay, so Miss Chloe, I want to ask you a very important question.
Yeah.
Can I study this arm?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I don't agree with this.
I don't know
It's
what to
medical
say.
science. So
I
technically
don't-
it's been donated.
It's for science!
Yeah.
I don't know
Or
what to say,
magic
though.
science.
I don't know what to say, Miss Chloe. I didn't have to go halfway around the world to get an innocuous item to trade it for you. I didn't have to do some trickery to get it off you. And
Yep.
and your conversation trees are very delightful.
Conversation
Sort
trees. Oh
of.
god, this is
Sort
game.
of. Just,
Yeah.
I'm going.
And just
I'm
wait though, Frank. This didn't cost you an arm and a leg.
to bury you alive.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, thank you, you wonderful gorilla, you.
Could you please not call me a gorilla? I'm.
Manny, all this time has a starry look in his eyes as he's staring at the Queen Kong.
I don't want to be mine to be shrinking again.
No,
By the way, what are all...
I've always, when I was little, I dreamed I would have a giant ape as a best friend.
Now
By the
I can
way,
literally look up to you.
What are
Well,
all the
unfortunately,
NPCs
the
doing?
rest of the people in the room, with the exception of Amber, who is highly amused by all this, look less than amused about the events and the lack of things getting done.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
all right.
Fine, we'll go hunt for the perpetrators.
I thought they left the room, to be honest.
I thought
Yeah,
they
I thought they left as well.
I thought we were left to sort things out.
You never care of the NPCs.
I care.
Yeah,
It's just that
True,
Ross
true.
doesn't.
No, that's true.
Don't make us
If this
unplug
were
you.
If this were a Bioware game, we were playing Renegade.
Well,
Renegade for life.
well. To be honest, I
Anyway.
care about the NPCs, but never mind.
Let's search one of the scenes of the crime. Which one was the most recent?
Good question.
Other than me,
This room.
This room, really.
Other than Chloe, then.
Chloe was the most recent.
Indeed. So it must have been someone nearby.
That's actually a good question. That's actually a good point. It probably is somewhere in this room, isn't it?
Yes, but there are a lot of people in this room, apparently. That didn't narrow things down. That just made it bigger.
It'll be either someone in this room, or the sidecog cast, someone just outside a window.
And I look to the window in dramatic style.
There's no one at the window.
Do I notice anything unusual that someone might have casting something or something?
Would it be possible to launch a long-range spell?
Well, yes, it is possible to launch a long-range spell, and to answer your question, Remy, it's unlikely due to your lack of magical knowledge. You kind of have powers, but you don't necessarily have a lot of experience with the arcane.
You haven't gone to magic school yet.
So, then can any of us roll for anything? Like, just to basically say, hey, one of us noticed something weird, sort of thing. Just
other than the gorilla.
Well, if you guys start thinking, basically everyone roll intelligence checks to start thinking back.
All right. Okay, let me.
That's an instant win for Chloe.
Let me see my intelligence roll. Okay.
I got 29 total.
Okay.
I got 37.
I got 19.
26.
43. That's a natural failure for me because
wow.
+1.
Well, Chloe, in an odd twist, does not know what's going on. I think she's all the mental runtime is preoccupied with gorilla. I take it.
She's absolutely bananas.
I can't believe I fail on this roll.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
There's a 1 in 20 chance for you to fail on any roll.
Yep.
Okay, but then what is the point of adding points and points and points on intelligence if you're still going to fail a roll if you roll a 1?
That's because
a 1 in 20 chance.
That's the magic of the game. It's like criticals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Criticals can be good and criticals can be bad. But anyway, so everyone else that was above a 30.
Nope.
So that's Demonox and Frank, right?
Yeah, I got 37.
I got 19.
Oh, okay? So that was Frank, and that was it.
Yeah, I'm 26.
Okay,
29.
So close, Remy. But yeah, it might have been something just unusual, but you notice that Demona was gesturing a little strangely. It looked like she was yawning in a strange way. It's something that didn't call a lot of attention, but now that you're thinking back to it heavily, you're like, that was a little unusual for her.
I can be tired. I just been tearing my pants off, apparently.
It can't be Demona. Could it?
Mr. Mona.
Yes?
Are you feeling a little tired today?
Well, after a few pranks in my own office, I must admit I did not sleep very well. I had kept an eye open. I thought I'd catch them when they were trying to do it. Why do you ask?
It's just that it seemed very odd, the way you yawned.
I don't think anyone's actually seen me yawn.
Yes!
Oh my gosh!
It's going to be my natural yawn.
Well, Remy definitely noticed a yawn. He just didn't notice anything unusual about it.
But I've noticed that it's a very unusual. It's a very unusual way to yawn.
Oh.
Do fairies have another way of yawning that I don't know about?
Well, some people yawn differently, don't they? I'm sure you don't yawn the same way everyone else does.
Wait. Are you doing this accidentally?
Wait, you mean I could cast spells accidentally?
Yeah.
Where have you been
At the
all
moment,
day?
At the moment, my hair's just been like going multiple colours because I've been finding it hilarious watching her as a giant gorilla. It's part of like strobing here. If you put a techno beat behind it, you'd probably dance to it.
I think we need to ascertain where everyone's been today.
Well, in this office for one thing.
No, alibis for the other pranks.
Of course, Mr. Poirot. Is your little brain cells now working? Since the brain cells great sense?
Well, I've definitely been in the office most times, and probably researching things.
I spent most of my time in the office running my dojo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big dojo.
You've also had to replace 5 chairs now. You are
Yes.
not happy about that fact.
No.
5? Oh my gosh.
Yes, 5 chairs.
Compared to me, I'm what? Oh my gosh. Was someone changing me to a different animal all this time?
You don't know.
You don't know. Actually, for all we know, you could have been changed. You could have been casting a spell on you without you realising it continuously.
I could have been a giraffe at one point. And no one
I'd love a fox.
Or a
cub.
seal.
I'd love a fox with 2 tails, inexplicably.
Oh, no,
Oh,
9
no!
tails. No, 9 tails. Best ever fox going.
Right, so...
But no, I
said 2! 9 is too much! It's too damn much!
No, everyone likes a 9-tail QB.
Right.
But what if it's the other kind of 9-tailed fox? You know, the evil one. It has a different name altogether that I don't recall right now, but it's not a QB.
QB is a demon fox.
Tamamo no Mai?
I'd be tempted to ask the question now of how were these pranks done? Like, were any of them had any signatures, for example?
Signatures? If there were signatures, anyone didn't notice, mainly because they were too annoyed by the prank. Also, some of them would be very difficult to leave signatures, like a pie in the face.
Yeah, true. Wait, wouldn't that mean that if someone was throwing pies in the face, wouldn't that mean they would be seen?
Interesting. Train of thought there.
However, fairies, from what I understand, can turn invisible.
No. Not all fairies. They can create illusions, but not...
The invisibility thing's very, 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 very limited.
Yeah.
And yet...
So, pop quiz to everyone playing at home. What 2 fairies can turn invisible?
Quick side question. What exactly is Remy's place in this fairy hierarchy? Is he like some social bum or something?
Pet. He's a pet.
He's a representative of the Christian faith. That's what we'll call you, an ambassador.
So,
in other words, you're a freeloader. You are
very much
okay. If this were to be BoJack Horseman, you would be Todd.
Oh gosh. So okay, wait.
Which is good because Todd is really, really good.
Wait, Ross. Turn invisible and.
To my knowledge, to answer everyone's questions at home, there are two fairies that can turn invisible.
So,
yes, but Frank was having things replaced and given to him by Fink.
However, also most of the other pranks that happen seem to be done by illusions and random assortment of items with them. So,
but you see, counterpoint, something that your investigative skills would figure out pretty quickly, especially once you talk to people about magic, is fairy magic's range is usually pretty feeble. They don't have to be right next to something, but they definitely have to be within line of sight.
So it was someone in the room.
Like
then.
any fairy could tell you
Is
that.
any one of the NPCs trying to leave the room?
No, they're going all J'accuse.
What you mean? They're just pointing at each other, going like, "It was you, Amber, wasn't it?"
Like, you can turn invisible. You're part of the Fagor. Like, if I could turn invisible, why would I be wearing pink right now?
Oh no!
To give us some misdirection.
Yeah, sure. I pushed the blame on someone else. Yeah.
So, how many people are currently in the room?
Currently there is all the player characters. In addition, there's there's a grand total of 6 NPCs.
Not counting who could be invisible.
Well, technically, there's only 2 people who could turn invisible in this room.
That one.
You're right.
So-
Dimona did it.
And there's 2. Why me?
Because
You
why
cast
not?
magic accidentally.
Because your name is Demona. Of course you're guilty.
Also,
Oh,
But-
that's a stereotyping. That is. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's the pact
What's your
of Mark
freaking
you have been
name?
creating.
is Demona? Is this? Has she performed pranks before? Is what I'm.
Yes, she has a precedent. Many remembers the amusement park debacle. Many never forgets. Hashtag never forget.
Demona?
Prime suspect.
No, it couldn't be.
I think that. Hey, I was also pranked. Somebody kept on attaching
You
the adhesive to my own
created an
chair.
alibi for yourself. Classic pranking misdirection.
Yes,
Chloe.
but I wasn't a president. I was nowhere near. I was been in my office much as often,
And
and I have people who can say I wasn't there.
Unless
Are-
you had help.
are only the
Dun,
people who
dun,
are
dun.
in this... Are only the people who have been in this room have been pranked, or are there some other people who are not present and have been pranked?
I think there's a good chunk of the Fagard who are now pink.
Yeah. So as you were saying, Frank.
I could not possibly be in 2 places at once.
Yeah, you can't be in 2 places once, which is why you probably had help if you are the guilty party.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Twist, was the old man Smithers?
Old man.
Old man Smithers.
So, who exactly are these 6 NPCs? Riley, Ember, Mary, and who else?
Some Fagard.
The rest are Fagarders.
Yeah. there you go.
Fagard number 1, number 2, and number 3.
I named Fagard members.
Fred,
Hang on a moment.
Frederick, and Frederson.
Hang on a moment.
Yes.
Also, Chloe, how
Okay.
often do you do cleaning?
I have a canon name proposition for one of the Feyguards.
Later.
Like,
Gary the Agile.
oh gosh.
Oh yes.
Okay, let's just continue with this, please.
It was your character, Ivar.
I know, but
You know.
anyway, so Frank was asking me a question.
How often do you do the spring cleaning of yours?
Oh, I just started just because, I've been cluttered up this place a little. Well, my void of holding is
Yes,
cluttered.
it's been cluttered with mystery.
This psychog that you use, this void of holding, it follows you around?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wait. I had an idea. You said that in order to create an illusion, you need to be on their line of sight, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So whoever leaves this room, and if Chloe starts being a gorilla, and then we know who did it.
What?
Well, the effects can remain outside of line of sight, but to be
It can
initially
make them go
cast,
for an
you have
hour.
to be within line of sight.
Ah, okay.
So they can
Never
all
mind
leave the
then.
room. She's still be a gorilla.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so...
Question. I have a very important question.
Shoot!
Yes.
What kind of gorilla are we talking about?
Oh my god!
A
God.
Hanna-Barbera cartoon-looking gorilla, or is a very, very realistic-looking gorilla?
We're talking Mighty Joe Young.
Oh Jesus! You're a big ape. And you're also a CGI monstrosity.
Pretty deep.
Yeah, that's one character.
I know, but I'm saying it anyway.
Yep, really deep.
Anyway, so, I guess, well, that means... Can anyone else turn invisible? I don't think so.
Yeah, you can turn invisible.
I can't.
Well, Chloe can.
Yes, Chloe and Demona can.
You two. You're prime suspects now. Yes.
Yes, and I bet if I were to investigate further, you'd probably be where you say you were, but for the other to not be around.
So only one of us would actually be in our places at the time we said we were.
Yes, but then the other would move to do the prank, just to corroborate one alibi over another. I
just want to be like sat in a little chair now, like cats stroking it.
You know, it just.
Have we seen the door open by itself?
No.
You know, it just occurred to me that whomever is doing this might just want to diminish our credibility as a state by turning us into a joke, so that the so-called true queen can take over much easier. It's just a theory, though.
True.
Yeah, probably not.
Let's put that in the maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it could. I mean, it seems like the most logical thing so far.
Wait,
oh, it's a long story. True queen. You cannot see the quotation marks, but I'm hair quoting the true queen statement. You know, to make it clear that she's really not, but she thinks she is.
Okay.
Oh, Rennie's just confused right now. So like, oh my god!
He's getting the storyline thrown at him.
I just left the psychotic church and now I'm in a madhouse. What the hell?
I think it's an improvement.
Oh gosh.
Welcome, new boss. Same as the old boss.
Oh gosh. Okay, so.
I say it was Chloe who did it all.
I say Demona did it.
I say gorillas are underrated.
I say you both pranked each other to give the other an alibi.
Wouldn't it be that obvious?
This is a very Hitchcockian case here. Deep, yes.
Has there been any recording fairies doing magic accidentally, without knowing, subconsciously?
Really.
So there's a step quiet.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna let this go on long anymore. No. Chloe, how could you do this?
Demona, I seriously can't believe you do this sort of thing. They're like little two exact copies of them stood side by side.
Yeah.
I can't believe you feet.
We only did it just for fun. It was only harmless pranks, really. I'm disappointed in you.
You know what? This is going nowhere, so I'm going out now searching for a new apartment, so let me know if you manage to...
I'm leaving this campaign forever, like, screw you guys, I'm going home.
I also like the Demona and Chloe like high-five each other.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all the case.
Okay. It was us.
Well, it had to be one of the players.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry, but...
Especially when Ross basically hinted that only two of the characters in this room could turn invisible.
It was really that simple, was it?
Yeah.
Wait, it really was you?
Yep.
Yes, it was me and Demonox.
So, what was the point of all this again, other than wasting our time?
There is a point to it, though.
There is a storyline reason, but there's also supposed to be something funny for everybody to.
You do realize that we're done with this game in 8 sessions?
Yeah.
Is there really time for filler?
Yes. There's always time for filler.
Yes.
God damn it.
So
just getting into this thing, and then it turns out you two were just messing around completely out of character too?
It's like they're being fairies.
Shock.
Oh my god.
There never been proper fairies in 70 hours of this game. And now they're starting.
Ross enjoyed it though.
I admit it was rather enjoyable prank the first time, but you need to lay down the repetition, okay? So I'm going now to
you do realize how
search for my new apartment, so...
Manny is actually furious in character about this. You do realize how foolish this makes us lose, and that's coming from me! I mean, what are people going to think about this idiocy?
You're being chastised by Manny, of all.
Yeah. Wow!
What were you thinking? Wow. You're supposed to be a damn queen. I mean,
Nothing good, weren't you?
Jesus. Okay, sure, it got me and about the entire population. Oh, they're all going to be so happy to hear about this. I cannot explain that. Queen, this makes me want to vote for the other queen. Jesus.
Oh, Manny, please stop it. You're reacting a bit much.
Anyway, I thought I was going to get a new pet. Damn it.
Yes.
That's the most disappointing part.
Okay, so Chloe's going to proceed to apologize to everybody in the room.
Why did you do it, though? That's the most bewildering question.
Why did you do it? Why?
Well...
Tune in next week, folks, for the answer.
You see, me and Demona, we decided to, I decided to do this with her because, I wanted to, my strange journey of healing I'm doing right now from my past.
Yes, I remember the journey of healing.
Yeah.
You see, someone was a bit of a prankster, back where I was from, and they lost their life. So I just thought, hey, this would be a perfect time to do two things, to kill two birds, one stone, sort of deal, and not only improve on my healing, on my self healing, but also I thought I'd bring Demona in on this just to let her be more herself. Because I wanted her to open up a bit more.
Okay.
I must admit, doing the rumba down the street while turning invisible was a little awkward.
So all this time, one of you two, invisible, has been throwing pies on Amber's face.
Well, I aimed for the crotch, to be honest.
I
adjusted her aim.
Well, wait, you aimed for the crotch, Devar.
The thing, once the thing that irritates me the most is that I was not in on this. I would have loved to throw pies at that smartass.
I'm right here,
So, wait, Devar just cream pied Amber?
Oh,
I'm not whispering. You're supposed. Hey, don't you have a sense of humor?
Yes,
I do. Seriously, now I cannot even be mad at you two. I can never have anything, can I?
Nope.
Well, I'm sorry. I would have included you, but at the same time, it's like, it'd be more fun to leave you in the dark just so that it'd be a surprise. And plus, I couldn't really think of any logical reason of why to bring you into the fold. Well, bring Manny into the fold.
No, to be honest, there's not. His skill set doesn't really suit the job.
I could have been a giant gorilla on the loose.
I could have been a contender.
I could have been a gorilla myself.
I could have climbed the cathedral chaos up to the top spire.
Oh god! And spawned down all the airplanes that came at me.
That would have been awesome. Next time, maybe.
Yeah. So again, sorry about all this. I'm very sorry, buddy. And I promise, no more pranks from me and Demona from now on.
Well, I can only say this. As long as they don't happen again, I'm okay. And secondly...
Did you like the cheesecake?
I was going to say that as a joke, god damn it. I was going to say, but please bring more cheesecake. I really like that.
Thank you, I cooked it myself.
Yeah, I guess could they be less frequent when you use pranks in modesty, then they can work really well.
Yes, can you throw a few pies in my wife's direction sometime?
Oh, I have to creep
Only
on
if
your
you
wife now.
Only
Oh,
if
God,
you want them to
stop
be
it!
trying to
No!
wolf Nanny.
No! Why did you
Stop
say
it!
that?
Oh,
asked
God. You wanted it. He said it.
You asked for it, Madhog.
You wanted it.
Well, I'm so glad it came out.
So, can I go now?
Yes, I'm going and I'm taking my arm with me.
Henry Solomon's arm.
Alright.
I can imagine it now. Frank's going like, "Never touch me or my son again." Just holding the arm.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to shake hands with Chloe again, as if to say, "Well played."
Yeah.
I have a joy buzzer on my hand.
Oh, by the way. Sorry. What were you about to say, Ross?
I said bazap.
Oh, right.
That's the zap.
Oh, Frank comes back in and goes, "Oh, and if you want some prank advice off someone, always come to me."
Yes,
Then
I
you
have a
walk
chicken. I have a chicken with a pulley in it. Hilarious.
I still have fake vomit.
Yeah, that too. If there ever is a scenario in which we had to trick a guy dressed in tutu with the specific name of Harold, then that is perfect.
So yeah, I don't know what it was going to be like about all this now.
I feel like we wasted time, but okay, sure, why not? And now, what happens now, though? Do we get 4 points for solving the arc?
Oh, Manny. Anyway,
Okay.
Oh, this is bad.
the items.
Madhog. Lol.
So, but
Anyway.
what about the loot, though?
Loot
Do we
time.
know what the loot is?
Yes, you knew the identity of the loot, you just didn't know how to use it until now. You can divvy it up as much as you want at this point.
Okay.
Let's find out about the loot.
Okay, so let's.
Oh.
So let's. Hopefully, everyone will be fine and dandy with us. This, just saying sorry and going like, "Okay, to the loot, everybody."
In the meantime, everybody's rioting in the streets. Hashtag not my queen.
I don't think Twitter was a thing then.
Not yet, anyway.
Okay, whatever the equivalent is in the year 2001.
I would shout, "Arrest that man! He's from the future."
Arrest him.
Okay. So
Okay, what's the we got? Ring of Holding. What does it do?
what does the ring of holding do?
I don't think it was a ring of holding, but
Oh,
let me
ring of
take a look.
spell storing.
Right,
Spell
ring of
storing.
spell hole. Yeah.
So you're going to loot?
So
No, we
that is
we have
a
loot.
so that is a ring that can store a spell. Obviously, for fairies with unlimited spell capacity, that's not going to be very useful. But for characters with limited spell capacity, that allows them to get extra casting of that spell once.
Oh,
a
you
day.
mean the loot you got from that dragon thing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Alright.
from Dragon
So
Theory.
Remy is not here then.
I mean, you
Remy
can
can
be
stand
part of it, yes.
Yeah, well, Remy can be a part of it just because.
Remy, come here. We're gonna divvy up the loot now.
Yeah,
we
we're
took
going
this
to
from a
see.
dragon.
We're going to see if
What
any of
loot?
this is useful for any of us.
We killed a
Oh.
very extinct creature for this now.
Very
you're-
distinct creature.
Oh, by the
Never
way,
mi-
fairy dragon ribs are delicious.
You're including
Yes.
me in this, even if I'm not
cannot
in the
test it.
inner circle?
Well,
I kept the tail as a sharp.
A shank.
What's the name of it?
shank,
Shank.
No. Oh God.
spear.
The thing you put on your neck to cover from
A shawl.
cold.
Oh, shawl,
No, not a
Scarf.
shawl.
scarf.
A scarf. Ah, yes. I could not remember the name of it. I'm having a bit of a Freudian slip, as it were.
Yeah.
A bit of a memory loss there.
So, Ring of Spell Storing, as you said, Ross, was...
one spell.
Holds one spell. So...
Yeah, so it holds one additional spell for characters with limited spell capacity. I wonder who I could be talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank.
I was joking, but yeah. But
hey, Frank. Okay, Frank gets that.
Yep, I can go to Frank.
Chloe, I was thinking.
Yeah.
You mentioned about this fake, someone who thinks she's queen.
Yeah.
Can't you people just vote for it? Who the people of Alpha think will be a better leader, and whoever wins gets to be the one. And
because right now
we might have a problem with that.
It's a bit more complicated than that. That voting will not help with this.
It's tyranny for us.
Okay.
The fact she can take
well, you
control of
fairy
people,
folk really need to come out from the medieval ages and
the moment
face the new.
Remy, a vote might be a good idea. However, the person in question can sort of control people's minds. So even if we did vote, it would be unanimously her, regardless of the people's decision.
Right.
Yeah, think of your
it's the failings
Lucius.
of democracy.
Yeah. Okay, so that'll be for Frank Ring of Spell Story, as we said. What does the Staff of Evocation do?
Yeah, that was a good, interesting one.
The Staff of Evocation is a staff that has multiple spells able to be cast upon it. I just need to look up what the spells are real quick.
So there's a bunch of spells in this thing.
Nice.
Yes. Let me just look up.
yes, from my research, these are cymatic devices. They're psychog abilities that have been installed into the items.
I guess all these are more powerful than my Winchester.
Depends. How hard can your Winchester hit? And by the way, Remy, after seeing you with your gun, I'd like to have a little contest with you later on who's a better marksman.
Okay, so here's how it works. A Staff of Evocation has 10 charges on it.
Cool.
Are these spent, like, instantly?
Yes.
So in other words...
you can spend 1 charge for the following spells.
Oh.
Fireball.
Oh.
Okay.
Magic Missile. And Shatter.
Shatter?
That sounds like an armor break sort of thing.
For 2 charges, you can get Ice Storm and
Wall
Wall of Force.
Okay,
Wall of
so
Force.
Ice Storm and Wall of Force.
For 3 charges, you can cast Chained Lightning.
Oh, heck. A lot of typing there.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing the typing there.
I know, I'm typing as well.
Okay, so...
That's it.
Wow. Okay,
That's
so...
a nice selection of spells.
So, but Ross, are those charges all spent up when the stuff is finished?
Correct,
or
it cannot
like
be recharged. So so basically once you go through those 10 charges, the staff is useless.
Ah, frick.
Damn.
That's...
Both nice and dangerous as it costs at the same time.
Let's see. This should either
Early use in emergencies would be very useful.
Yes.
And I imagine that the damage is based upon intelligence.
No, the damage is calculated completely differently.
All right.
Don't spend it until the final battle.
Then
That's
spend a lot.
That's good. That's a good point, actually. but then again, let's see. I can only think of Frank using this again, really, just to give him a bit more battle capabilities. But
It would make
I don't know.
battle-wise.
But I don't know about Remy though. Remy has his light ray thing.
Yes, light powers.
But on the other hand, allowing him to have a staff that could throw something like Ice Storm at somebody for some diversity to his attack would be useful. Or Fireball. So it's like if it's up against say like an entity with light protection, but not fire protection.
Maybe I could duct tape it to my Winchester.
It's a bit big.
That sounds
Maybe you could duct tape
cool
the weapon chest
visually.
to it.
That sounds cool visually, but about as practical as the gunblade.
You could
Which one? Lightnings or squalls?
you could actually, as you're shooting, cast a chain lightning with your bullet.
You know, as much as I hate to admit it, at least and I do really hate to admit it, the gunblade that Lightning had actually made sense because it turned from being one to the other.
Yeah.
It's not both at the same bloody time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, there are gunblades in real world, but they weren't very useful.
Okay, you got the Ring of Protection +4.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the Ring of Protection +4.
I think that's
The
explanatory.
protection basically gives you 4 armor.
That could be useful for other characters who don't want heavy armor.
Also,
Yeah,
that also stacks with whatever armor that you have on, too.
Again, very handy.
Yeah,
Shield.
Yeah, the magic shield. What was that?
One of
So, that is a shield that increases your defense value.
So you get a better defense roll.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
It increases it by 3.
Ooh.
oh, so it's defense rolls, not armor then.
Yes.
Huh,
However,
yeah.
for that particular case, you lose the use of an arm, obviously, because you're actively using a shield, which could make spell casting, depending on the spell, difficult, or you also couldn't use two-handed weapons. If you can conjure two-handed weapons, like 2 of you can.
Yes,
Or if you
but
use a gun. Like a
however,
rifle.
given the fact that it's you got the legendary version of it, you don't need to do a two-handed weapon, so you get the +5 anyway, and having a +3 shield would be useful for getting in there. But however, we shall divide who that gets that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well we can hear the rest of it. The adamantite breastplate.
Yeah, the adamantite breastplate. What does that do?
Adamantite breastplate is armor. It has an armor rating of 5.
Ooh.
That's a heavy armor.
Indeed.
But the adamantite breastplate is not magical.
Yeah, I kind of thought that.
Does it have like a strength requirement?
No.
Alright.
That makes it a bit difficult to choose then who should get that
Yeah.
one. The
And
breastplate.
Wand of Haste has a haste spell in it, I take it?
Yeah.
Does
It has 50 charges, kind of like, and it works basically like you can use that to cast haste. So you can have a character that does not have haste use it.
Group
So-
haste
Cast
or
haste.
single?
It's single.
Alright.
But it could be
So
useful to debuff a single
so you-
targeted person.
So you got all this stuff from a dragon.
Yes.
Along with a manual of dexterity and a manual of constitution.
Okay, when read, they will permanently increase that stat by that value once only, and then the
Was that
manual
like
is forever
the-
destroyed.
Was that like the last dragon in the world? Or
We
are there
don't
more
know.
of those?
Yeah, we don't know about
I don't
that.
know on that one. That
I
one's
assume it's a very rare creature of a flying lizard.
Has there been any reports about flying lizards?
Not as far as I know, no.
No, we haven't done flying
I
lizards.
guess from the DM.
Oh, so...
What was that?
Uh,
Sorry.
and
You don't know
have
about
to-
dragons. You don't know those anymore. Consider it came from a pan-dimensional tower, it might not have been from that world in the first place.
Yeah, that actually does make me wonder how much of there has been reports about the magical creatures outside of Alfheim.
Not really any.
So the tower is a linkage, essentially. It's a link tower between the realities. So they can't go wandering throughout our reality on whim. They have to come from the tower.
Right, just let me...
And we feel that, so...
So the book of dexterity, I assume it's going to Demona.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
because...
Dibs.
I guess that during this time Remy's just reading some medical books and studying for his upcoming tests that are in the next spring.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so let's see, Demona's getting the manual dexterity of +4. This is a permanent increase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So now we come to the Constitution, which, I only thought of 2 people that could use this, and that's Manny or Chloe. But, Madhog, how much Constitution does Manny have?
33.
33.
Constitution. HP 35.
That's not bad.
I already have a 3 armor, so.
Yeah, 38 you mean.
Wait, what? Where did he come?
If he's got con 33, then he's got an HP of 38.
35.
Okay, because let me think now, because I'm a bit confused because everyone was talking.
Okay, he's got high constitution.
Yes, he has high constitution. I got that.
What does Frank and what does Remy have?
Constitution-wise, I have 22.
Remy?
Mine is 13.
Wow, 13.
Yeah.
Keep in mind the humans tend to have caps on the stats.
Yeah, but it's like...
So the magical books are a way that they could circumvent those caps.
Yeah,
well, I get the idea of pumping Chloe up, because she's good, important character to pump up, but at the same time we don't want to lose other characters.
Yeah, I know, but Remy has not got to 20 on his constitution yet.
That is true.
So, so technically, well, again, Frank hasn't got to his either.
No, he has. He's gone 20 plus.
I've got 22, Con.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 22. That means you're above the 20.
But
no, wait. 25
yes.
is the full HP. I'm sorry.
Okay. Constitution, your HP is your Constitution plus 5.
Yes, that's what I said. It's Constitution plus 5. I know this.
Well, if he's got 22 Constitution, he's gone beyond the cap. So he's actually got 27 HP.
Oh, I get you now.
So same way as Madhog, who has 33 Constitution.
Yes.
Has 38 HP.
I have 35.
Right.
So where the hell did you lose points?
Let me quickly check this on the calculator then, because Madhog said he's
33 con, but 35 HP.
Yeah.
But it would be 33 con and 38 HP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's always 5 over your con score.
And why do I have 35?
I don't know why you wrote down 35.
Did you forget to update it?
I think you might have forgot to denote that he healed, maybe.
I don't know.
If you took
it
2
might
points
have
of damage, you might have not healed up yet.
We've been so erratic in our streaming that at some point I might have made a mistake.
Yeah, you might have got to update it. That's 3 points.
I'll definitely take the 38 over the 35, though.
no, Madhog, stick to your
Stop
guns.
complaining!
Yes, so...
Okay, so...
Personally, I'd say Chloe, because she's the more important character.
She's very squishy.
Yes,
and most likely...
Yeah, the one who turns into a gorilla, he's the most important character.
Don't put me back to normal. Put me back to normal.
Fine, cast it into a small chihuahua.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my god, you're so cute. I want to love you and squeeze you and dress you to look pretty. I'll show you to my wife and our kid. You'll be the house pet.
Manny, please, not now. Don't be a perv.
Right.
What?
Anyway.
I'm a dog person. What the hell? What the hell is wrong with you?
We only promised not to stop pranking everybody else. We didn't see each other. Fine.
Finally. Okay, so seriously now.
And now you're a cat. Now you're a cat girl.
No, she's normal.
Okay,
anyway,
so
manual constitution. So the argument is to go to Chloe because she is one of the most important characters on the game at the moment.
Again, the one who turns into a chihuahua.
Question: is Remy's family in Alfheim?
That's up to you. Let's see if they wish to move to Alfheim, although it's likely considering it is a well-known resort destination.
It is one place.
So yeah, that was high enough that it did not take much convincing to relocate them to Alpine.
And think this way, Remy.
A sunny beachside with full of heathens?
It's always spring, which means if you do spring crops...
Yeah, what am I doing here? I just go be with my family. I mean, this is all your loot. I mean...
Yeah, no, but something we might have for you just in case.
As a reward for helping.
Yep.
Oh, well, I guess that's fine then. Well, I'm going back to my studies, so let me know if you find anything. And Remy continues reading his medical books.
If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me.
Okay, so so everyone's agreed that I should get the Constitution over anybody else.
Remy can still put points in his Constitution, so just adding 4 points now would boost 5 points now would boost him along, but wouldn't actually put him over.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Thinking about more about the people who can't spend points into Constitution, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Demona's happy with her Constitution because she's very dodgy.
Yes. You don't have any problems with...
She's a dodgy character, alright.
You don't... you don't have any issues with Chloe getting the manual Constitution, do you, Madhog?
Hmm?
I'm just asking if you...
You have an argument against Chloe having the Constitution manual.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, okay, then I'll take the Constitution.
Honestly,
then.
Again, you are the most important character. The one who turns into a gorilla in a chihuahua.
Yeah, the main character, no less.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually going to play the argument that Manny gets the adamantite breastplate.
I mean, sure. I have a 3 in armor. I could use a bit more, considering I am to be the one who takes all the hits.
Yeah, it's a +5, so yeah.
That means you go up by 2 points then.
Yeah.
And that
availability is improved.
And that means we can give the Fey armor to Remy.
Yep. Catch Remy.
Like a trade me off.
Well, you don't pay for arms. That's good.
So if
and
I
it's
get,
not pink.
so if I get,
Did you say something?
Yeah, you're getting Fey armor.
So that means you get armor +3.
Armor +3.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So you reduce all damage taken to you by 3 points. Unless they shoot you in the head.
Yeah.
Right, so let's let me just note this down, that Manny got that one.
Thanks.
Well, it makes sense if you're going to be fighting alongside us in future battles.
Or just fighting alongside us in general.
So has this other magical abilities than just...
No.
Or has this magical abilities?
Not that we're aware of.
By the way, Demonox, did you add the... let me think now. Did you
Well, it was certainly lucky it was my size.
One size fits all. Yes, Deval.
Did you actually put your points into the dexterity now that you've got the book, just in case?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so Frank's got the rig of spell storing to store whatever spell he wants a day, I'm guessing, or however long it is.
He can do extra spell casting, which is good.
Basically, he can get an extra spell per day. Whichever one he wanted to store in the ring.
Yeah.
Andy.
Yes. Wand of Haste. I'd be tempted to say, let's give this to Demona so she can haste Chloe, and then I get 2 turns.
That would be a good tactic, actually. Because I'm usually first. So if I boost her, then she has 2 turns. One to throw her spell of haste, and a second one to do something else to us.
Yeah. That would be
that seems a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's effect. Because I'm pretty damn certain nobody's going before me, barring the enemy.
Yeah,
unless she were to fumble.
Okay, so...
Even if I fumble, you guys are still not going before me.
So Devona, you get this. It has 50 charges in it, so it has 50 charges in it. So please be careful with how many you use, how many times you use it.
Let's see. Okay, that just leaves the...
Let's see, we have the Ring of Protection,
Yep.
Staff of Evocation, the Magic Shield +3, because we have to keep in mind that double-hander people cannot use it, essentially.
Oh, technically people would want to use a double-handed weapon, but like I was argument said, our spells of legendary spell weapon thingies don't necessarily have to be two-handed weapons.
That's true.
They can still be a one-hander and still give it a massive power boost.
Remy definitely can't use it with his rifle, though.
Yeah,
No,
Remy. Yeah, I was gonna say Remy can't use that with his rifle, so that leaves. I definitely can't use this because I'm a magic wielder.
Frank, maybe, but it would weaken him on his bokken.
Really, it would weaken him since the bokken is a one-handed weapon. I thought.
Yeah, but he'd only be able to use it one-handed. He won't be able to go two-handed with the thing,
Mm-hmm.
or use his gauntlet, which he has his chain thing attached to.
That's true. It would hinder him slightly. This shield.
Not really.
Frank, one question. In a treating of leukemia, would you recommend chemotherapy or radiation therapy?
I recommend magic.
I can't believe we're having this conversation partway through the looting.
Let's see.
Okay, so
I'd go with. I just gives you the answer.
It's like discussing medical terms over there.
yeah,
So
Yeah, but just
potentially
look at Wikipedia page.
I think Wikipedia was around.
okay, so seriously, let's continue.
I might actually put an argument of throwing the shield to Manny.
It depends on what's your defense rolls like, Madhog?
His defense. I know his defense rolls.
My dodge.
12.
My dodge is 12, so it's pretty good. I would love to have more attack.
Yeah, sadly, no
attack.
gives
I'm afraid.
that. Sadly, sorry.
It's a shame it's not a combat shield then.
So you can be Rygar?
I think, yeah, but see, I use a lot of one-pan spell blasts, so but I have a defense of 16 already. 16. So it would only really make me just really, really, really hard to hit.
Yeah,
I'm already pretty damn hard to hit to begin with.
Yeah, so I think you're right. This would probably be helpful to Manny, I think.
Yeah, he could be a Spartan and just smash the shield in people's faces.
This
guess.
is Sparta!
You know, I can actually produce a shield with my hyper-realistic produce army spells.
So now this means you get +3 to your defense rolls, or dodge as you call it.
Yeah, well, it's basically what it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Pretty
Pretty
much.
fixed anyway.
So that's
Okay,
+3
so,
to you, though.
Okay, so to recap, I get a +5 with the armor and a plus.
Yeah.
So from 3 I go to 8. That's good to know.
No,
That's
two stats. Different stats.
Yeah, because remember the defense rolls as a dodge. Magic Shield gives you 3 more points to your defense rolls.
I was speaking about the armor from before.
Oh, yeah,
the
the
armor
armor.
from before, yes.
Yeah, so you're going from having 3 points of armor to now having 5 points of armor.
Yeah,
Yes.
5. Yeah,
wearing
So,
that
I'm,
and
so I'm not wearing an armor top in another armor for
No,
multiple
you cannot
points.
do that.
no.
Well, that's a shame because many would have totally pulled that off.
Do you
Look at
wish to
the
be
head
able
of
to
the wall.
move?
Okay, fair enough. I
Okay.
mean, what? I mean, I'm a giant.
You
I'm a
literally wall
giant.
of metal.
I'm a giant bulky satyr.
Yeah, so you
13.
can at least move.
Okay, I guess with 3 that brings me to 15 in my dodge ability.
Yeah,
And seeing you're going up close and personal to people, that's a good idea.
yeah. I'm just gonna say this. I'm taking the Ring of Protection +4. Just
Oh.
Go ahead.
unless anyone else feels like they need it more than me, because I only have Fey Armor, which is +3.
Well,
So
still.
that means +4 would put me to 7 for damage reduction.
And you can cast a spell of armor thingy, armory.
Yeah, I can do that for everybody else. Anyway, so unless
So
anyone,
Chloe's jumping in and claiming that one. Mine!
Because I can't think of anyone else, unless Remy or Frank would rather have some more defense on top of them, but considering... damage reduced damage, essentially.
Well, Frank's got a pretty decent... Again, everyone has a pretty decent defensive score, so a lot of us won't take hits to begin with. Manny definitely now won't take a lot of hits. Unless they have a high attack score.
Yeah. I only have a defense rolls of 7, so I
know, I have everyone's defensive rolls here. I have everyone's scores.
Yes. So...
Zero.
Yeah, Marty sadly has 0, so...
He needs training.
Yeah, he needs the visit from the Purple Suit Man.
He needs to learn to dodge!
Darkness at 0.
But no, I can understand your argument, though. Your attack and defense.
Although now it's 3 because I got the armor.
No, armor's damage reduction.
Yeah, armor's damage reduction.
Different stats. 2 stats.
Okay.
Okay, so but now I can see the argument for Chloe having the ring of armor protection, because then she can bolster that up.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's not locked onto a finger, so she can actually swap it for someone else if needed.
Yes, I can swap it to anyone else if in case it's needed, but I think I'm going to be the one target everyone wants to shoot for, so...
More than likely.
So maybe a higher armor class for me would not be such a bad idea.
Nope, not a bad idea. I'll take it.
Well, I mean, I've heard worst ideas, like turning your main character into a gorilla.
That was not my idea, actually.
Nope.
Demonox has kept me in the dark about what he was going to do with me.
Oh yeah.
As I kept him in the dark about what I was going to do with him.
We didn't know what we was doing to each other.
So it's usual shady businesses in between players, is it?
Oh no, we decided this week. We decided these things last week, but it didn't happen. So
yeah.
Okay, and we selected then that Riley is getting. Sorry, not Riley. Remy is getting the Staff of Evocation.
Staff of Location.
Evocation. That means
Evocation.
Yeah, that's the thing you said. You could put your gun on it or something.
The one you want to attach to your gun.
You can duct tape it.
Okay. So this is the staff that can shoot like fire and ice balls for
Fireball, magic missile, shatter, ice storm, wall of force, chain lightning. They all have different charges though.
And I think it only has 10. And once it's gone forever.
Yeah, It has
10 per each spell or 10 overall?
10 overall.
Okay.
And each spell has a different value to cost on it. Fireball, Magic Missile, Shatter has cost 1 charge apiece. Ice Wall and Wall of Force are 2 charges apiece. And Chain Lightning is your big one for free.
Okay. Chain Lightning for free?
Yeah, Chain Lightning for 3 points.
3 points, not for free.
3.
I was going to say.
I was going to say, if it's for free, then don't worry about losing the charges, mate. Just go nuts.
This one's on...
This bazap!
I can imagine now the staff comes to life and goes like, hey, don't worry, man. This one's on me.
No, actually, I would love for the staff to be actually a singing Frank Sinatra.
But I was...
Magic Missile, Fireball, Shatter, Chain Lightning. What else?
Ice Storm, Wall of Force.
Okay, Wall of Force.
Right.
Which is +2, I believe.
Yeah, that's the 2. Ice Storm and Wall of Force are worth 2 points.
Because my reasoning for giving it to Frank would be to give him more stuff with combat, essentially.
But at the same time, if Remy's also at the moment currently a mostly healer type with very little combat.
He only has life.
Well, he has a cool Winchester. He can tape the scepter to it.
Yeah,
he'd shoot that, but at the same time, Frank's got electro.
I mean, I have a feeling that at this point in time, weapons and guns such as the Winchester can be pretty much used as a butt scratcher by us.
Oh, he has a skill that makes it actually pretty handy.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I have this armor penetrating bullet ability. I did use it in the previous battle.
Yeah,
Trying to break the sword.
I did wonder.
But no, the AP bullets are makes a pretty useful thing. But again, its armor, its damage output is capped.
Yeah.
His damage
It's
output
very
is capped,
full-handed,
but
though.
he's getting all of it through, essentially.
It's still useful though for those, like, especially wants to like irritate, or especially if someone's holding it, like Chloe grabbed on, like someone with armor as grabs Chloe, you can shoot in the arm to make them let go.
Yeah. So,
Don't shoot Chloe.
It's just the reason I don't know about Remy is because I only know one spell that he used that was battle capable, and it was a light ray.
It is the only battle capable spell.
Huh.
Well,
Oh,
you may find out.
Other than his ultimate.
He doesn't have an ultimate.
Oh wow.
No, he doesn't have an ultimate yet, by the sounds of it. So
Evocation could be useful though if he can sort of fire it. He can be mid-range, close. Don't forget, Frank's also going quite often be running up close quarters with people.
that's true, yeah.
You don't want to start trying to swing a staff at somebody, point a staff at somebody to fire a spell when you're about 2 feet from them.
I don't know, I could be wooden Gandalf just going, "You shall not pass."
Yeah, because his wooden bucket, he has the staff of evocation, goes, "You shall not pass." This movie's not out yet, I don't think.
No.
No, actually, no.
I think
yes,
it's coming
it
out
was.
right
Coming
about
out
this
very
point.
2002,
Actually,
January
you guys,
2002. It's very close. Very close.
Actually, I'm going to cut you both there. It's already out.
Wait,
What?
300 is already out?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings
Oh.
actually came out a lot earlier. They remade in the
Oh, wow.
wrong film entirely.
Yeah, I heard some. This is Sparta yells.
Yeah. 300 though may not actually be out at this point.
300
No, it's not.
is still a few years away. Lord
Yeah,
of the
it's
Rings,
not
it's
2004.
the Fellowship of the Rings was in theaters by that point.
Yes, but I don't actually. Before then,
December 2001.
no. Let's go back further.
Are you talking about the books?
Nope, not the books. An actual Lord of the Rings film.
Don't
was
tell us
done.
the animated version that you're
The
talking
animated
about.
version was
Oh.
out
Oh,
before.
fuck the animated version. Just
No,
fuck
fuck
the
the
animated
animated
version.
And it had that exact line in it.
Hey, come on. It's Ralph Bakshi. What do
I
you
know,
expect?
it was exactly a great film. But it was out originally, and it did have Gandalf going, "You shall not pass."
I mean,
Okay,
yeah, whatever.
Fair enough,
But-
I guess.
But I have no argument to Remy getting it.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Alright.
So
Still, that
Frank does have
300
more useful things he can do, like gadgety stuff.
Still,
Yes.
that 300.
Oh, you have no idea the type of gadgets he has now.
Wait, what?
okay.
Okay. I did not realize he had gadgets. Okay, so, in that case then, Remy, staff for you.
Then he gets the Staff of Invocation. Here you go, have something else. Just throw the staff at him.
Okay, so that seems like you've had the loot divvied up at this point.
Item management
Sorry.
concluded.
Important item management, though.
Okay,
I got
so
a thing out of it.
okay, so also one thing that you guys notice again, you keep your eye on the news for various reasons, especially after the happenings down in Alabama. You do your own PR statements periodically, but of course you also have Kelly trying her best to steal the limelight whenever she has an opportunity.
Yeah.
She's growing quite a church herself out west. It's difficult to get numbers from them, but it may be starting to get to the stage that could rival yours, maybe? It's
That's
difficult
Crusher.
to tell. So she decided to take the older Chloe approach and start doing an infomercial or so, or not infomercial, but like you know what I'm talking about, like the
There's this new,
TV
there's this
appearance.
newfangled,
Yes.
there's this newfangled media called the internet.
It's still too new.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still to do. So unless we're doing unless people are doing fan fictions in our name, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Fanfictions really weren't that big at this point either.
Well, actually they were.
They actually were.
Yes, they were.
Huh. Okay, I want
should know this
I want to roll. I want to roll for finding fan fiction about us.
Sure, go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
What do I roll though?
Just roll a static d20.
It would be the first roll of the night.
No, it's not.
No, I had one.
Roll now.
Okay. Let's roll. Let's roll now. 17.
You find quite a lot, especially Chloe.
Boy. Oh boy!
It seems that the favorite ship seems to be Chloe and Manny, which kind of surprises you.
Really? I was expecting Chloe and Demona.
Well, unfortunately, they are only looking from the outside in on the church. You have to realize.
Wow! I really need to learn more about what is the perspective
of people.
What is the perspective of our subjects on us? This is interesting. I have to say.
Yeah, okay. This is very weird.
Is there any Chloe/Solomon fix?
Is there any?
There's a couple of them, but you see that's the canon pairing, so.
The canon pairings. I want to imagine a scenario in which Manny proposed a hot fanfiction reading for his wife to do some kinky stuff with.
Oh gosh.
Some very unsafe stuff.
That's really bad.
Fair enough.
Yes.
But one thing that you notice, though, as you spy upon one of her infomercials is, it was just a glimpse. Again, she has a large facility that she do it, but you could have sworn that you saw someone very familiar there. So you decided to continue watching and look closer, and yes, Alexiel is in her facility.
Wait, what?
Again?
Alexiel?
No, don't forget though, Kelly was there incredibly fast for someone we didn't tell we had actually gone down to Alabama.
That's true.
It wouldn't surprise me if the church down there was her own doing. She's backing them to rise discontent down there, and then Kelly swoops in to save the day.
No hide nor hair of Lucas, though.
If he is here,
strange.
Yeah.
That is a bit suspicious.
This is very suspicious.
Lucas was Kelly all along.
I think that would be too much even for Ross, I'm afraid.
Dun 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 dun!
What,
Lucas?
Well, you guys are seeing right through me.
Levels. That would be stupid on so many levels.
Yeah, that Kelly just...
Lucas pulled the mask off to reveal he's Kelly.
Especially since Kelly already started off as a completely different person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be really stupid to pull that trick twice, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah,
okay,
really doesn't...
Okay, and finally, one thing, you have started to notice a change, most likely brought about, from the gem.
Oh?
Are they finally
you notice that, the large forest outside of, Alfheim now seems, for lack of a better way of putting it, far more vibrant and untamed.
Ooh.
Magic radiates from the air in there.
Is there unicorns?
Smell that magic air, everybody.
You don't know.
When the last
I love the smell of magic.
But,
over the last
magic smells like petrol.
There's a pretty good chance that if the next gem's going to be anywhere, it's probably going to be in the now highly magical forest.
And the last lion roars over the last.
Stop killing the song.
Okay, I'm getting Last Unicorn vibes, extreme Last Unicorn vibes.
I had on VHS, so
yeah.
Yeah, I'll have you know, I've read the book.
Oh no, the book was
no, he's a snob. He's a book snob.
Okay,
Nothing's
so
going to appease him.
Okay, the animated film is fine, but I feel
what?
But the problem is that there is too much of the book that it tries to have, and it should have cut something because in its attempt to try and being loyal to the source material, it feels rushed at points.
It could have actually been separated in more than one film if they spread it out.
Yeah.
Like the Harry Potter film.
Also, I really detest the ending because in the book it's left ambiguous if the unicorn comes back home or not. But in the movie, now she just goes back to the forest, which kind of denies her growth as a character. You know, that's that. There's that.
Unfortunately, the time frame they wanted to have a nice, clear-cut thing for it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that is going to be our time for the evening. Sadly, I have work.
We have our general location.
So, hold on. All we did was pranking each other and distributing the loot. That's all we did in this campaign. What the
And
hell?
a story nugget. To be fair, this is basically how I expected it to go, so you are on track.
Oh.
Hey, we might sleep
By the way-
earlier.
By the way, what is Frank's inventions then? I'm curious because
Oh, he has a
Listen.
lot of them, but I think he'll want to reveal them when the time is right.
Yes.
You see,
I'm not conjuring
that was
lightning, just using other
that was the
things.
main reason for the 2-month time skip to give him in-game justification for going crazy.
Yeah.
And just for pranking people.
Well, that was just a happy accident.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I just did it. I as I said before, I just thought, hey, it's a resting episode. Why don't we just prank people, sort of thing?
By the way, this will probably be the last quote-unquote filler episode of the Beachside,
Oh.
so we're going to
So,
be pedal
hold on
to
a
the metal
second.
from here on.
Hold on
Oh,
a
yeah.
second. It's the last filler episode. You do
Yes.
realize this has been Beachside, but we never had a beach episode.
No, we did. We had a whole beach thing.
Dude,
No, but
the entire
it's not-
freaking... Sorry,
Yes?
go ahead.
I mean, we were at the beach at some point, but it was not a filler episode.
You went swimming. You got a
It
jet.
was mostly plot alone.
You
We
also
didn't have anybody playing erotic volleyball or fun service or
You don't
shenanigans.
know.
at the
You went
beach.
off to fight thugs.
you also went off to basically try and re-get your job as a lifeguard, but then suddenly started transforming and started running to Riley's house.
Well, that doesn't count.
You were at the beach.
Wasn't there?
That's not a beach episode.
But
That's
the
not-
entire thing's set in a beach town. Every episode's a beach episode.
I just realized if Remy has
At least most
gotten
of
his whole family in the town, then he really doesn't need to look for a new apartment.
Well, you kind of have to have a place for everyone to stay because, you can't just like, okay, so we're going to just squat on this plot of land here.
yeah,
It's
I was
good
gonna.
Earth, though.
I was gonna say as a joke that when soon as Madhog says we didn't have a beach episode, what we're gonna do for the beach episode? Roll for panty shots or
Yes.
That's something that I would come up with. What the hell?
or roll
I know.
or roll for unnecessary woman having to take put her hand into her bikini bottom to put it back into place.
Bikini Bottom. Now it's an episode of SpongeBob.
Please stop making episodes of SpongeBob. You'll ruin everything.
It's not if it's early SpongeBob.
Oh yes, we'll have a fan service with Sandy, just in a swimsuit.
Now, somebody did
watching
a fully animated anime opening for SpongeBob.
I
and
saw.
It's awesome.
Anyway, so, any other questions, comments about today's session?
I mean, I was expecting things to be done a little differently, but it was good for what it was.
I wanted to basically do a choir thing, like this, start accusing everyone in the room and start saying that they did it, but then basically say why they couldn't have done it then, and then just move on to the next person, and then until we get to the suspect. But I thought it needed to move along much quicker.
Yes, thank you for that. Time is of the essence, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I mean, at least we divvied up the loot.
Yes. Lewis divvied up. You have your next plot hooks.
Yes, which is annoying slightly,
which
but
is
okay.
The Emerald Dream Forest.
No, it's the Last Unicorn Forest.
What, we're going to actually name the forest? Oh, I should name the forest. What should I name the forest?
Chloe's going to name everything.
Chloe's name is her right.
No.
Wario's Woods.
No.
What, we're going to have a puzzle? We're going to have a puzzle thing going on in the forest?
Wario.
Hey, if the purple guy is there, then yes, we can call it Wario's Woods.
Kokiri Forest.
Kokiri Forest.
I'm a Wario. I'm not gonna win.
Do you think Chloe knows anything about video games?
Well, Manny does. He names it.
You probably know about, like, pop culture and stuff surrounding them.
Well, of course, but she won't know.
I mean, I don't think you've
details.
ever sat down and played anything, but you might know of them. I was like, oh, that elf-looking guy is Link from The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, because, that
one guy is Zelda from The Legend of Link.
By the way, I have a confession to make. So yes. I've been doing just shit tons of coding, just shit tons of it.
Yes.
And most of what I'm doing is embedding links.
Yes.
So every time that I'm there, there's one option on WordPress. I think it says like visual link or something. But every time the word Link appears, my mind immediately goes to Link from The Legend of Zelda.
You know what my brain goes into?
Cardiac arrest.
No, you never did post episodes or streams of our campaign on the site.
Yeah, I got
you didn't
really
in a long time.
lazy on that. Actually, in the section that I'm coding, I only have Beachside set in its own place, and it's just a playlist of the entirety of it.
That seems far more convenient.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm literally, I've been killing myself doing this. I'm dividing all of my content by media. So instead of, it being divided it's in my fan service Fiesta show or something, it'd be you look on the site, oh, I want to see a Danganronpa review, and, I'll go to Danganronpa under game, and, there are all the Danganronpa games.
How excited are you for the new Danganronpa?
I'm pretty damn excited, honestly.
I am, believe it or not, it's one of the few games I've been looking forward this year. I could not care less about Persona 5, but I do inexplicably still care about the Danganronpa, and I am worried sick they're going to ruin it every time, because every time it happens, especially with current games.
Madhog is in despair.
He is in preemptive despair.
More like cautious optimist with optimism, which might become despair.
So
I have layers.
Apparently, this stream is still recording.
We are still going. Yeah, that's fine. But basically, I just wanted to put this out there that the time limit I set for myself on this site was the release day of Danganronpa V3, because I'm doing a live stream of the entire thing.
Ooh.
That's cool, but I don't think I could ever enjoy playing a game if I had to be worried about the performance of, playing it in front of a hypothetical audience.
Well, with a game like Danganronpa, honestly, the reactions should be fairly genuine considering this franchise. So I think this was a pretty safe
I
bet.
played the demo. I can see a couple of characters that might just steal the show, including the the anthropologist guy. Jesus Christ already.
The inventor is already someone that I'm like, what are you going to do with this one?
The inventor is basically the idiot that's always wrong about everything that's in every one of these games, and I hate her so much already.
Anyone else want to say anything before we go?
Nope, I'm fine.
Yeah, because I'm fine as well.
I guess that is going to conclude Beachside Session 42. Join us next time where there should be some forced exploration and maybe surprises. Unless that they don't spend all of their time in Beachside, role playing.
Unless somebody inexplicably turns into a alligator or something. Maybe Chloe turns into the unicorn from the last unicorn.
Devoto, stop changing.
You really have unicorns on the mind, don't you?
Because somebody I don't recall whom has mentioned unicorns, and now Forest, and then I immediately put two and two together. Oh, it's the last unicorn all over again. Yes, I like that. When the last eagle flies, etc.
Yeah.
I like to think when we go into the forest, it's going to start playing the Legend of Zelda Overworld music from Link to the Past.
Personally, I prefer the Terra's theme from Final Fantasy VI.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yes, I do love that. But the Legend of Zelda fits better with Alpine because, elves and whatnot.
Yes, and fairies.
They're not elves, they're Julians.
Yes,
really,
very
you're
different.
Not a gamer.
Okay. I think we're done here, so good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Everyone.